Welcome to today's bedtime story, The Boy Who Wouldn't Stop Telling. It's a story about learning when speaking up helps, and when it only gets in the way. Let's begin. This is Arjun. Arjun is 6 years old. He has a bright orange backpack, a neatly buttoned shirt, and the very best memory in his first grade class. Arjun remembered everything, especially rules. And especially the rules of the school bus. Arjun had memorized every single bus rule. Stay in your seat. Use a quiet voice. No food on the bus. No sticking hands out the window. Backpacks on your lap, never in the aisle. The rules were posted right above Mr. Joe's head. Mr. Joe was the bus driver, and Arjun thought he was the most important grown-up in the world. Mr. Joe drove the bus carefully every morning and every afternoon. Both hands on the wheel. Eyes on the road. He had been driving the school bus for 20 years, and he had never once had an accident. He wanted to keep it that way. On Monday morning, Arjun heard a crinkling sound behind him. He turned around. Sarah was opening a granola bar. Arjun's eyes went wide. "Mr. Joe." He called out loudly. "Sarah is eating a granola bar. That's against the rules." Mr. Joe glanced quickly into his mirror and told Sarah to save her snack for school. 2 minutes later, Eli stretched his arms and his elbow drifted into the aisle. Arjun spoke up again. "Mr. Joe." "Eli's arm is in the aisle." Mr. Joe glanced back and asked Eli to keep his arms in. Eli pulled his arm back, but his eyebrows scrunched up. After that, Arjun couldn't stop. Every few minutes he found a new rule being broken. "Mr. Joe." "Tarek is talking too loud." "Mr. Joe." "May's backpack is on the seat, not her lap." "Mr. Joe." Someone touched the window. Each time, Mr. Joe had to glance into his mirror. Each time, his eyes left the road. Mr. Joe spoke up gently. "Arjun, buddy, you're doing a great job paying attention to the rules. But I really need to focus on driving. Could you let me handle the small things?" Arjun nodded. He did try. For about 3 minutes. Then he saw Tarek lean toward the window again, and his hand shot up. By the next stop, the whole back of the bus was glaring at Arjun. "Stop telling on us," Tarek whispered. "You're not the driver," May whispered. "Just mind your business, Arjun," Sarah said. But Arjun didn't really hear them. His brain was already scanning for the next broken rule. Then Eli quietly pulled out his favorite tiny toy car and rolled it across his lap. He wasn't bothering anyone. But the rule said no toys out on the bus. Arjun gasped. "Mr. Joe." "Eli has a toy out." "That's against the rules." Mr. Joe turned his attention back to the mirror, and this time he had to look longer to see what Eli was holding. And in those 2 seconds, up ahead, the traffic light turned yellow, then red. The car in front of the bus slammed on its brakes. Mr. Joe turned his eyes back to the road just in time to see the bumper of the car in front getting very close. Very fast. Mr. Joe slammed on the brakes. The bus made a loud screeching sound. Every kid jolted forward. Backpacks flew off seats. A water bottle bounced down the aisle. May's lunchbox banged against the seat in front of her. The bus stopped just inches from the car. Inches. For a moment, the whole bus was silent. Then Sarah made a small sound. She had bumped her forehead on the seat in front of her. A little red mark was starting to show. She wasn't crying yet, but her eyes were wet. Mr. Joe pulled the bus over, turned on the emergency lights, and his hands shook just a little. Mr. Joe stood up and walked back to check on Sarah. He looked at the bump gently and found her an ice pack from the first aid kit. Then he looked at the whole bus. His face was kind, but very serious. Every kid sat perfectly still. Especially Arjun. Mr. Joe didn't yell. He didn't get angry. He just spoke quietly. "Friends, I need to tell you something important. My job on this bus is to keep all of you safe. That's the only job I have when I'm driving. My eyes need to stay on the road. My hands need to stay on the wheel. My ears need to be listening for sounds outside." Arjun stared at Sarah, at the little red mark on her forehead, and at the ice pack pressed against it. He felt something heavy in his chest. He had gotten someone hurt because he kept calling out for small things that didn't matter. Mr. Joe met Arjun's eyes. "I know you love rules," he said. "And I know you were trying to help. But on this bus, there's only one rule I really need from you. Let me drive. Let me do my job. If something is really dangerous, you tell me right away. But the small things, they're not yours to fix. They can wait." The rest of the ride to school was quiet. Sarah held her ice pack. Eli put his toy car away. Tarek stopped touching the window. May kept her backpack on her lap. Arjun sat very still and watched Mr. Joe's hands, steady on the wheel, eyes forward on the road, doing his one job. The next morning, Arjun got on the bus, looked at Mr. Joe, and gave a small wave. He sat down, put his backpack on his lap, and stayed quiet the whole ride. He still cared about rules. But now he understood something bigger. Some grown-ups have one job, and your job is to let them do it. That afternoon, when Eli dropped his pencil into the aisle, Arjun quietly picked it up and handed it back. Eli smiled at him. Arjun smiled back. He had finally learned the most important rule of all. Some grown-ups have one job to do. And your job is to let them do it. Not every problem is yours to fix. Not every small thing is worth telling. Save your big voice for the things that really matter. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this bedtime story, please like and subscribe for more gentle tales. Good night.